Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, here to do your little bonus read for the day. I just had to take a breather after the daily What's Cracking, because it was like I'm feeling very pumped after that. There's a lot of energy in those cards, so somebody's feeling like they really got it in hand this morning. And I'd say for energy that strong, that's quite a widespread energy, which is beautiful. So I am using the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. I'd also like to say thank you everyone for subscribing and the beautiful comments you keep sending me. I never get sick of hearing those. So I want you to know that every time I think of those beautiful comments and your subscriptions, I send love out into the world for you all. So I'm very humbled by the way I'm feeling about this whole thing. So, okay, if you haven't subscribed yet, then dude, subscribe, because there's probably messages here for you too. Okay, we're ready to go with the bonus read. I'm loving these cards, but it's a bit of a sad thing that the beautiful purple colouring off the side here is slowly starting to disappear. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. She has a sitar. This is the sun, and it talks of clarity. Now, the sun is the most beautiful card in the deck, and I've got to say, it's very hard to pick the most beautiful card in this deck because they're all stunning. Look at that. The sun card is one that talks about finally light being shed on something. And I remember somebody saying to me many, many years ago, I think I was having a tea leaf reading, and this lady, this very, very old lady, was reading for me, and she said to me, the sun is that feeling you get when you've been really down for a long while and you feel like your head's been in a cloud, and all of a sudden you've got the sun shining on your face. And it was like, I really understood that feeling. I really understood what she was saying to me, because sometimes it feels that way, especially if you have been a little down for a while. But if you walk out in the morning and you stand there and let the sun just hit your face, that feeling is something you can never capture. It's just such an amazing feeling. It's so natural, and that warmth that comes from it really does add something to your life. So that's what we're talking about for you guys. Okay, so clarity coming in. Four of Wands. Stability as well. So there's some sort of stability coming in for you here. Look at her pumpkin. How cool is that? And her dress. So this card here talks about, it's the Four of Wands. It talks about having, a safe home, a safe haven. It talks about bringing stability in. Sometimes it can talk about relationships moving to that level where they become more stable, more solid. With the Sun card there, it feels to me like you're moving yourself to a very different place in your life. Look, and then we have the Star here. Now, the Star talks about hope, and I think this came up in the What's Cracking reading. It talks about hope, trust, faith, all those beautiful things that you have to invest yourself into the universe to get back. It's about trusting that things will come to you in their own time. And because you trust, then your wishes come true. Because the universe will provide you with things as long as you're trusting and understanding that it will come to you in the right timing. Now, I always say to people, it doesn't always come in the shape you need, but it definitely comes. It might surprise you because it's something very different to what you thought it would be, but it's on its way. Definitely stability and hope coming in here for you. Okay, and then we have the Justice card. Again, a card that came out, and I honestly shuffle the tits off the cards, please, people. When they come out again like this, I think, my goodness me, the universe is really trying to find some way to get these messages across. I have the card of Justice again here. So for you, this is about bringing your world back into balance here. And look, it's just going to just give me the same messages as you got in the What's Cracking reading, but it may go on a little bit of a tangent because often the readings are slightly different, but there's sort of like this clarification or verification that, what I read in the What's Cracking is what's happening for a lot of you. It's almost like you're just bringing this balance and stability back into your life that you haven't had for a while. And the Justice card talks about equal give and take. So it's like you've done something to bring this equality back into your life. Okay, and then we have the Emperor. Now the Empress came out in the day read. So we have the Emperor here. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful that card is with a cat. Now the Emperor is the person who is in charge of everything. This is your energy at the moment. I can feel it, guys. This is about you being at the top of your game, being in, I hate the word control, having the power to understand who you are and where you're sitting right now. You know you have the power to, you know, have everything in your life the way that you want it, but you haven't had to force this. Everything's just fallen in place like this because you've sat back and you've done the work on yourself, and you're accepting this now as your destiny, as your journey. Wow, that's really beautiful. Thanks, Spirit. And then we have the Hierophant. Wow. Again, this is 4, 4, 5, 5 out of 6 cards. Then a major arcana. Huge things happening this weekend, everyone. How do they say? Saddle up your horse, do your boots up because you're on a journey. The Hierophant. It talks about, now the Hierophant has an energy of, like, the Hierophant can come out if you're getting married, if you're moving into a more stable place in your life. It can also talk about structure and organisation. But for me, this is something to do with this 4 of Wands energy coming up in the beginning. It's like you're really putting down the hatches, like you're really, sorry, I'm using a lot of idioms today. Buttoning down the hatches is what they say, isn't it? It's like you're really putting things in order. You really are. I think you've had messages from the universe. I think you've made some sort of change, and you may not have made a big change here, but something you've done has set off this situation. Oh my goodness. And then you have the Hermit. I might as well have just pulled all the major arcanas out here. Something here is, and it could be, this is the energy in the middle. So this is what you've brought yourself to do. So some of you have taken yourself to a place where you've gained greater understanding about who you are and where you're going. This is huge. Because I really feel like the pennies dropped is what they've said to me. The pennies finally dropped. Some of you have just turfed something out of your life, brought something into your life, decided to take a different approach in the Emperor, the Empress. This is what this is all about. Understanding, that's my tumble dry beeping, by the way. Understanding that you have a bigger, greater purpose. Oh, sorry, big sneezes. You have this greater purpose and you realise that you have to go after this now. It's amazing. Very much a similar feel to the What's Cracking read. Big shift. I would say that if any of you haven't felt it, feels like to me that we've had a big shift somewhere. And sometimes I feel it too. I've woken up in the middle of the night and felt that earth shift, like that energy from the earth all moving in a certain direction. But something's happened here to get you all going. Oh, look at the 6 of Wands. This is victory. And I love that they represent it with butterflies, which are my favourite things. That's incredible. You've really got your life going in the right direction now. Something's happening for you. I don't know what you're manifesting here, but it could be love. This is the Ace of Cups. So some love's coming in from somewhere. It could be a baby. Some of you could have found out you're pregnant and put your life in order. Some of you could have had babies and put your life in order. It's like you just have got this clarity, like in the sun. It's like, bang, it's there. Beautiful. Okay, then we have another major arcana, the Strength. And this is so representative of this reading. Isn't she beautiful? Look at a tiger. I want a tiger. It's gorgeous. Look at that. This is so indicative of what the reading's all about. This is like you've, found what you needed to find and your life is completely set out for you now. This is all about this is all about your approach, your inside. It's not about what's happening in your life. It's not about getting a job. It's not about finding a love. It's, I think, love for self. I think some of you have just either understood your journey, who you are. You're just pulling in your resources here. I can't see any other messages other than, you know, the world that you've put in the High Priestess. Okay, I'm absolutely floored. I don't think I've ever seen as many major arcanas in one reading. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 12 cards. That's huge, guys. You're going to feel this. If you're not feeling this now, you're going to be feeling this over the weekend. It's huge, powerful energy. So I would say to you, because your intuition's like incredibly on point here. This is you, this strength, this love you found. Something has happened to bring something in that you're just feeling like really pumped and on top of the world. It could be for some of you, you know, that you've finally got a job or a business going and you've really... It's not so much about the job or the business or the love. It's about you. This clarity that you've got of yourself this weekend. And yes, it's very strongly tied to the What's Cracking reading today. But it's sort of like digs even deeper than that. But there's like this, you've had this understanding. Like, I'm surprised we don't have a tower. But maybe the tower's sort of, you know, before all this. Maybe you've avoided the tower by coming into this energy. Beautiful, beautiful reading. Okay, let's see if we can get a card from the Vampire. The Lee Vampire. To top your reading off. So we've done that a little quicker than the day read. Sometimes I ramble and then I think, oh God, I'm going to go on forever and there's nothing more monotonous. Although people say they like my voice, I'm not a fan. Not a fan, but... Oh, that one wanted to come out. Okay, so we've got Courtesy coming out here. Card 38. Just a quick read. Courtesy. That came up in the book straight away too. Okay. And it says, thinking of others creates flow. And the energy shall return to you to the power of 3 by 3. Beauty and grace create harmony in social interactions. How beautiful. So somehow or another here, you've got your life back in flow. And it's got the power of 3 by 3, which is the power of 9, which of course is it's the all-powerful number. So somehow or another, you've got everything so aligned at the moment that manifesting for you will be just so easy. Your intuition's amazing. It's really strong. But whoever's been doing that good work, well done. Fantastic reading. Thanks, everyone.